Hey, what's going on? My name is Eric, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about what is ESPN Plus and if it makes sense for you as a sports fan to get the subscription service. So if you can see on the screen right here, I'll highlight the pricing of this service. You may already be familiar. It's $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year, and you can cancel at any time. So if you go with the yearly plan, you get 2 months for free essentially each year. If you look at the top of the screen, I have some of the subject matter we're going to be covering in the various tabs, and we're going to move left to right. I do want to highlight the middle tab here as far as the subscriber agreement. That's really important. And at the end of the video, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sign up for the service so you can see a little bit on the back end what it looks like, and then also how to cancel, and is it difficult to cancel or is it easy because you're going to be signing up for a new service. You don't want to deal with a gym membership type thing to cancel. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Planet Fitness, LA Fitness. So why don't we go down, starting with streaming exclusive live sports. You can see all the different sports that are available through this service. It's kind of misleading to me in some ways though, because you might see something like NHL and you're an interested hockey fan. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that your team is going to show up on ESPN Plus, because what ESPN Plus is not is it is not ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News. You're not getting Sports Center, PTI. So a little tip on this, you can either go to ESPN.com and look for the watch button here, or you can put in the URL bar here, watch. And what that's going to do is you can find any particular event, show, or team that you want to follow. So I mentioned the NHL. Unfortunately, I live in Buffalo, New York, which means I'm a Bills and Sabres fan. So if I put the Sabres in here, I can see what is upcoming for them, right? And you can see that right away it says replay and clips, and that's all I can see here. So that tells me that there is no live programming available on any of the ESPNs, including ESPN Plus. But let's say that you're a soccer or football fan, if you're watching this overseas, and you like the club Arsenal. Well, you can check out this and you can see that there's currently a live game on ESPN3, but there's an upcoming match on ESPN Plus. So in this particular case, you can see, okay, I'm going to be able to get that Liverpool-Arsenal match with ESPN Plus. And then, of course, if you click on it, that's where it's going to tell you, hey, sign up. It's $4.99 a month, cancel at any time, etc. Now, going down a little bit further, they have their ESPN Plus Originals. You've probably seen these advertised. Peyton's Place is a pretty popular one. Kobe Bryant Detail, where they go into a lot of detail on specifics on what's going on with the game. So if you're really, really hardcore NFL fan, NBA fan, fantasy, there's a lot of good content in there for you. The next thing I wanted to talk about is accessing the full 30 for 30 library. I'll actually skip ahead a little bit on this one. If you have never seen Into the Wind, this 30 for 30, I highly recommend it. If you have seen it and you like it, give this video a thumbs up. Basically, it's talking about Terry Fox, who is a Canadian who attempted to run across Canada for cancer awareness while he was an amputee with the disease. I think I've cried at 2 movies, and they were Rudy and this movie. It is like the most beautiful thing ever. So if you've never watched it, I think it's worth the trial just for this. But going back, this is interesting. So we're talking about UFC access. So UFC signed a deal with ESPN for exclusive rights. So now if you want to watch any pay-per-view fight of UFC, you have to have ESPN Plus. This agreement runs through 2025. So taking a look at this upcoming fight here, one of the things I want you to notice here is that you do get a discount when you're doing the annual plan. So over 25% off the original value if you're combining a UFC fight plus an annual plan. And I do have a link in the description of this video that will get you to these combo deals if you're looking for UFC plus the annual plan. From my understanding, you cannot do a month-to-month deal. You need to have the annual plan at $49.99 to get the UFC fights. So that's something to be aware of if you're thinking like, well, I'm just going to buy it for 1 month, or I'm going to get the free 7 days and watch this fight. I believe you have to get the full year annual basis plan. All right, so moving further down here, Dominate Your Fantasy League. Many of you are familiar with the fantasy show. There's tons of content there. And again, so if you go back here and you look up fantasy show, this is where you'll probably see a lot of ESPN Plus content, right? They're talking about waiver wire and all sorts of stuff. So if you're really into fantasy, that's helpful, but that might be out of season by the time you're watching this anyways. And then this one's interesting, Explore ESPN Premium articles. You've probably seen this when you're scrolling on ESPN, whether on your app or on your computer, and you see those little, ESPN Plus only, where they kind of hide most of the content, that will open up all that content for you as well. And then of course, always good to know that you can stream anywhere, anytime, and it's accepted on every major device, so you're good there, even Oculus Go, which is interesting. So the next thing I want to talk about is the subscriber agreement. I've read through this, which is pretty boring, but I just wanted to highlight a few things that might be of importance to you. You are responsible for all activities that occur under your account. So one of the things with that is that they ask that you are only using this for personal use. You are responsible if you are a business and you're showing a fight, or you're showing something that's on ESPN Plus at your business, like a bar or restaurant, that is against their terms and services. Another thing I wanted to highlight here is the cancellation policy. I love the fact that they have 3 different ways to cancel. You can call, email, or you can do it right in your account, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video after I show you actually what it looks like when you're inside. Refund policy, they do not offer refunds or credits. So if you're thinking of, again, using this just to watch that one program for a month and then cancel, that's not going to work. And then subscription auto renewal, do know that this will auto renew at an annual subscription, and they do reserve the right to change their pricing and billing. In the event of a price change, they will attempt to notify you though. So it is something you need to be aware of if you end up doing the month to month. After a year of service, from my understanding, it will renew in a full year, and that's the way that works. So as I mentioned, I have a link in the description and pinned comment of this video for you to get set up with ESPN Plus. Same cost to you. I'll make a small commission, but I want to show you what that looks like and then what the service looks like on the back end once you do that. So you'll get this same page here, and you can sign up now. And then we'll go through the steps here, and I will speed this up for you. So at the payment step here, again, this is where you can go monthly or yearly. You will save $10 if you go with the yearly plan here. So I'll show you what that looks like. So it's processing my request to get set up with the service, and then we'll see how this is set up. So we received your payment information, or processing your payment. You will receive a confirmation email at the address you provided. You may cancel your subscription anytime by following OK. So let's click stream now and see what we got. So up here, you can see that I am signed in. Of course, you're going to need to be signed in on your, whether you're using desktop or your app, and you can stream this to any kind of device. And then you can make sure that that's set up. So you can go to your ESPN Plus home, and then this is all your content that's exclusive to ESPN Plus. You can scroll down and see all the different programs that are available. And the thing I want to get into right now, though, is how to cancel. So let's take a look at that and manage my ESPN Plus. So I click manage, and I have this subscription details, subscription active, monthly, okay. You can cancel subscription right here. And let's see, are you sure you want to cancel? A cancellation will be effective at the end of your current billing period on December 1st. So I am going to get charged for 1 month of service, but I will still have the programming until then. And I'm going to click finish right here. All right, your ESPN Plus subscription has been canceled, and then it's saying that restart your membership anytime. We'll remember your favorites and viewing. All right, close. So I'm going to go back again and see, yep, your subscription is still active, so I have 1 month of the service right now. So as I mentioned before, there are featured articles that you can't get, so they kind of show up in your feed. So now I'm automatically logged in. I can just watch this and I'll start playing. There are still ads, though, you should be aware of with ESPN Plus, so you're not getting around that. This content is all available for me now as I'm scrolling down. Again, ESPN Plus, I click this, and before you may have seen a paywall where it starts to blur out, but I have all this content available to me now as well. So hopefully you guys have found this video helpful. Again, I have a link in the description and pinned comment if you want to use my referral link. I'll make a little bit of income, same price to you. I appreciate the support for my channel. And any questions or comments you have, you can leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. All right, guys, good luck, and I hope you enjoy your sports watching experience. All right, take care.